To make sushi maki, you need to have nori sheets cut about 2/3 wide. The chef can demonstrate how to do that. You need to have a sushi mat, a bamboo mat. These are we typically wrap in plastic wrap to extend their useful life. You need to have a terry cloth towel that is slightly moistened for which to use wipe your knife. You need some thin wasabi paste that can easily spread on the rice without breaking it. And we need some hand water to dip our hands in so that the rice doesn't stick to it. First, dip my hands in the water so the rice doesn't adhere to my hands. I'm going to clap my hands sharply to get the excess water off, maybe once or twice. I'm going to come over, I'm going to take a handful of seasoned sushi rice. I'm going to lay it down on top of the sheet of nori that is sitting on top of my sushi mat. I'm going to repeatedly dip my hands in this hand water so that the rice doesn't stick to my fingers. I'm going to use my moist fingers to form a thin layer of rice across most of the sheet, leaving a thin strip at the top and a thin strip at the bottom uncovered. I want to make sure that I push the rice all the way out to the end on both sides so that my end cuts are not hollow. It's important that you handle the rice gently. You don't want to press it too hard. You don't want to knead it. You don't want to turn it into a paste. Each grain should be distinct from the other. It should only be held together with a little bit of pressure and a little bit of starch. Now that my rice is spread out, I take a thin wasabi paste and make a light line across my roll. Not too much. They'll have additional wasabi on the side of the plate if they wish to increase the spiciness. My tuna has been cut into long pieces that should just about fit inside the maki. Here in K1 we don't buy very much tuna, so sometimes the pieces aren't long enough and we have to use several pieces patched together. Once we have our tuna on our rice, we can then roll. You can start the roll by quickly flipping it over. If you want to look underneath and make sure that you're on the right track, you can open it up. Then, with your left hand pulling forward and your right hand splayed out as if you were playing the piano, applying light back pressure, you're going to pull the roll forward. When you know that you've got a complete roll, again, you can look inside and peek, that's okay. You're going to apply light pressure all the way across, starting at the middle and going out. Don't squeeze it too hard, especially at the ends. We don't want it to be pinched. We just want to make sure that it's uniform. And we should have a uniform roll. The next step would be to take a slicing knife or a long, thin-bladed sushi knife, dip it into the hand water, so just one drop of water on it, slice through. For each cut, you're going to wipe your blade off on the terry cloth towel, match the halves together, slice again. So you have quarters, and now through each quarter, slice again, and then again, so that you end up with 8 individual pieces. In a typical sushi restaurant, this would be one portion of sushi maki. The garnish inside could be fish, could be some forms of meat, could be vegetables, tofu. There are a lot of variations on this theme. Those are a little bit more complex. This is the basic. Thank you.